YouTube, we back at it again with another goddamn video. Shout out to everybody that's out there, man. Make sure you hit the daggone like button. You already know we rockin' bullet cool in the school on the bit, man. Hey, man, say, man, yeah, man. Bad news. Bro, you know what? Before I even say what I'm about to say, man, I'm really starting to feel like we're going down the avenue of becoming an informant page, bro. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, bro. But I'm gonna go ahead and rock with it. If y'all like the videos, god dang it, I'm gonna put it out. You feel me? But look, check this out, though. We got some bad news that's going on, man, when it comes to Xdefiant, a game that a lot of people thought was going to be the Call of Duty killer. The game that finally come from the abyss and knock down the suppressor, the overlord, which is Activision. Well, I must say, even though we have just got this information yesterday about their soon-to-come demise, I can't lie and say that, hey, round of applause for Xdefiant at least putting up a little bit of a fight and had these folks at Activision a little bit worried about what was about to happen. So it made Call of Duty do some things that was very unpresidential. Like, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that is that not only did Call of Duty Activision came out early with a game, but we knew what the game was going to be out and made sure they pushed all this content and stuff like that so quickly. Now, the game doesn't work. All right, the game doesn't work. But the content that we've been getting, I bet money, if Xdefiant wasn't around, being that Lord and Savior in the background, we probably wouldn't have got the content that we got so far, though. So it put a little bit of fear under Activision's ass real quick, but nonetheless, though, you always know how these things go, man. The people with the bigger pockets, the deeper wallets, man, always is going to win. And it's a sad thing to, you know, come across, man, because I ain't going to even lie to y'all, man. If, man, Joe, crazy. If Xdefiant would have came out in a better state and had more content to give, I feel like it would have been in a better place right now. But once again, though, the development team, or I should say the publisher, when it comes to Ubisoft, they're no different from Activision as well, bro. And if none of y'all don't know about how Ubisoft be promoting and rocking and how they be doing their practices and stuff like that, they're no different than from Activision. They the same type of greed, trying to get everything out of people and all this and that and jazz. They're the same type of people that does that. All right? So I hope people understand that. So for them to get, you know what I'm saying, fed up with the lack of performance that's going on by, you know what I'm saying, Xdefiant, and finally dropping them and, you know, dropping off support and stuff like that, it was soon to come. All right? It was soon to come. Because I'm trying to tell people, for another FPS shooter to surpass Call of Duty, you have to come with the wow factor. You have to come with that bang. You have to come with all the punches right out the gate. You can't come out with no issues. You can't come out with no desync. You can't come out with no maps. You can't come out with no guns. You can't come out with, you know, some type of pristine level, you know, making it worthwhile for me to rank up and stuff. You can't come out with that stuff later. It all has to be there right then and there. And for Xdefiant to come out in somewhat of a state like what Call of Duty is in, besides the cheating, but with all the desync and the netcode issues and blah, blah, blah and stuff like that, me and just like other people are in the same boat when it comes to that, saying to ourselves, why would I deal with the same issues on Call of Duty on another game that hasn't even proved themselves yet? I know it's a very S way to think about things, but that's just how the human mind works. If I have two vehicles, and this vehicle is $100,000, and this vehicle is $20,000, and they have the same issue that costs the same amount of money, which vehicle do you think I'm going to repair first or put more of my resources into to get fixed? The $100,000 vehicle or the $20,000 vehicle? I hope y'all got that philosophy right there, because I really like jot that down. I got a little sticky note right here. So I really thought about that. That wasn't no freestyle. I really thought about that one. But when you have a game like Xdefiant coming out with similar issues like what BO6 has right now, consumers are not going to put up with that. You have to come out perfect. You have to be Floyd Mayweather in his prime, knocking out everybody, winning every belt. You have to come out perfect. And since Xdefiant didn't come out perfect with their issues, and just like what I said with, limited content and stuff like that, that's why it suffered. And I wish that it didn't suffer, because competition when it comes to these big corporate multi-billion, with a B, motherfucker, $billion. If nobody has competition, then there's nobody pushing the other company to innovate. And I will say, if Xdefiant was able to stick around and weather the storm, then we could possibly see our integration, some new, can of paint onto Call of Duty. I'm telling y'all right now, right? If the player base would have had totally did a 360 and everybody would have went to Xdefiant with their no skill based matchmaking and all that stuff and jazz and stuff like that, and what Blaine Chews like to say, the data, if the data would have had showed that everybody has went to Xdefiant and loving that game without skill based matchmaking, I bet my bottom dollar Call of Duty eventually, maybe not next year, but a year after, would alleviate skill-based matchmaking, because they see the data reads that people actually do enjoy a game without any goddamn skill-based matchmaking, bro. But yet, the player base wasn't there. Us as consumers, maybe we could have stuck a little bit more loyal, to Xdefiant, because you got to realize they're a smaller development team. They're not the multi-billion dollar, mega lord of Activision and Treyarch, because that's a big multi-million dollar company too as well. There was a smaller development team. So they had limited resources, limited fund, limited staffing. And for them to come out with the product that they came out with, I feel like in my eyes, they did a hell of a job. And they weathered the storm as long as they possibly can. And, eventually, the sun has to set. All right? The sun has to set. And I hope that the gaming industry, and not just the gaming industry, right? I hope that the FPS shooters, any other developer, will take heed and take note to what Xdefiant did out there and understand and realize the mistakes. Because this is a learning lesson right here. Let's not look at this as all being bad and stuff like that. This is a learning lesson. For any other upcoming FPS shooter that wants to go bell to bell, toe to toe, spar with the mega lords of Activision Call of Duty, look at what Xdefiant did right and look at what Xdefiant did wrong, and utilize that into your own development team for that when you come out with your product next year, the year before then, whenever, you will have all your I's dotted and all your T's crossed, man, for you can come out with a product that can actually persuade people. Because you can't even lie, man. The first week and two, man, of Xdefiant, the player base was there. But since it had so many goddamn issues, man, people just couldn't put up with it. But I actually seen people loving the game, playing the game, that actually had no skill-based matchmaking. I just wish the game would have had came out in a better state. Because if it would have came out in a better state, Lord knows it would still be here to this day. But from what the final word is, Mark Rubin just posted yesterday stating, the pretty much I guess what's the word I'm looking for? I'm running out of words to think about. Hold on a second. It's early in the morning. I'm waiting for my coffee. The roadmap. We're going to use that. All right. The roadmap. He pretty much came out with the roadmap stating that, hey, this is what's going on and stuff like that. We're going to come out with our final season, which is season 3. After season 3, no more updates and stuff like that. And the servers, which I thought was really quick, is going to shut down in June. So pretty much this game only survived 1 year before it came to this demise. That right there should show y'all, once again, how powerful Activision is really out here. Only 1 year this game survived. And in reality, within the first several months, it's announcement that they throw in the white flag. That's just crazy to me, dog. That's just mind-blowing to me, man. But, hey, it is what it is. I hope, you know what I'm saying, everybody over there, man, bounces back on their feet and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Go into the, you know what I'm saying, in the dungeon and come out, hopefully, you know what I'm saying, with some other development teams, maybe have some other resources, some other funds from other developer teams and stuff like that, and maybe get another crack at it and get another swing at it. But so far, though, the future of Xdefiant going against Call of Duty is pretty much VOA. It's pretty much done with, which is very messed up. And you feel me? But I just want to make that video real quick. You know what I'm saying, man? Shout out to everybody that's out there that's rocking out with the kid. I know I ain't been live in a while on my YouTube page. And I've been live over there on Twitch. I've been live over there. But I ain't been live over here on the YouTube side, man. So y'all got to excuse me, man. Like sometimes me going live on YouTube versus me going live on Twitch where I can just hit play and boom, everything pops up versus YouTube where I got to type in a daggone paragraph and you know, all this old stuff just to go live and stuff. Sometimes it's just not feasible for me. And plus, you know what I'm saying, life things, you know, play a factor too as well. So I apologize. Tonight, I'm going to try to go live on the YouTube side. So y'all stay tuned for that. But other than that, man, make sure you hit the like button. You already know I'll be rocking Bullet Cool in the school on a bit, man. Hey, man, say, man, yeah, man. I'm going to holler at y'all big the fools in the next one. Peace, love, and blessings. You already know we rocking. Stocking. Like cut off stockings. Matter of fact, let me show y'all something real quick. Somebody gave me a gift today. All right. Now, when they gave me this is a little side note. The video's pretty much over with. So you want to click off, you can click off. But make sure you hit that daggone like button, though. But when somebody gave me this, though, I thought this right here was a little, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know what this was. You know what I'm saying? It was a nice little sweet little lady and stuff like that. And she said, here you go. You know, I was at I think I was at Target or something. She said, here you go. You know what I'm saying? Happy holidays. I said, what is this? You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to open this up on this video real quick. So, you know what I'm saying? I can have some people, you know what this is, just in case if it's something bad. Y'all, I got witnesses. I need some witnesses now, just in case, you know, it might be, you know, it could be anything now. But let's go ahead and open this up real quick. Let's see what we got up in here, man. All right, let me see. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, man, I thought it was going to be something bad. She gave me some socks. Hey, W grandmas, man. Grandma gave me some socks, man. Whoever you are that I met up there at Target, I appreciate you. She gave me some socks. You know what I'm saying? You can never go wrong with some socks. Got some little footies and stuff like that, man. I appreciate you. W grandma, whoever grandma that is, man. Make sure you kiss her on the cheek for me, man. But other than that, though, that's the video, man. I'm up out here, man. Peace, love, and blessings. You already know. Rock Bullet Cool in the school. I'm gone, man. Holla at ya, bitch. Kiss her for me, too, as well. Gone.